Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And thank you for tuning in. Today we're joined by the lovely bunch of game designers from Escape Hunt in UK.
Yay! Oh, soundboard, one more time. Escape Hunt, UK!
Yay.
There we go.
I love using my soundboard now. So as always, we're going to begin our show with our raffle intro from our past guest.
Yep.
And today's raffle is from USB Escape.
USB Escape! All right, so let's get the drum
We're
roll.
traveling right now, so I have my little handy portable. That is not the drum roll, but okay. So I'm in control of the soundboard.
All right, here we go for the big winner of Knott Family Chronicles Season 1, Owen. Who is it? Let's go.
Okay. Ooh, Orsi,
Who is it?
Orsi. Sorry.
Yay! Congratulations, Orsi. Yay! Wow,
she's super tiny.
Pretty occupied with this game. It's
a lot
of fun. Make sure you play it during the daytime.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we obviously have different opinions on this one.
Yeah.
Two very different approaches there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know Richard's having a little bit of Wi-Fi issues, so he'll probably be in and out, making cameo appearances. All right, so we're ready to get started.
Yeah, we have a full show today. Oh my goodness, 3 bios. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. First off, we're going to start with Bob, who's at my top left. My right, left. Bob has been a game designer at Escape Hunt for 2 years after initially joining the company as a game master. After studying film and media at the university, they completed a PhD studying online games in 2018. The crowning achievements of their career so far have been launching Doctor Who, Dalek Awakens. Dalek Awakens. She's lead designer on an Enola Holmes adventure and winning an Eternal Escape Hunt award for being a human incarnation of Wikipedia.
Wow.
What means to totally know it all. Bob is obsessed with games and puzzles of all kinds, as well as immersive theater and art experiences. Everyone, please say hello to Bob. What?
What?
Next up, just in time, we have Richard. Richard has worked at Escape Hunt for a few years, starting as a game master and progressing to game design. He spearheaded the launch of outdoor games across the UK, Operation Mindful and Magic Portal, but has also worked on developing online multiplayer games, The Heist, Hackathon, Time's Ticking, The Naughty List, and the Pegasus Project.
A lot.
Franchise escape rooms, The Pub Heist, Wild Western Jailbreak, and optimizing their original escape rooms, Our Finest Hour, The Fourth Samurai, and Blackbeard's Treasure. Before Escape Hunt, he worked in a variety of roles from retail to property maintenance, but has always had a love for art, dancing, and pretty much anything creative. Combined with the passion for logic, psychology, and puzzles, it seems that there's no better fit than designing escape games.
Of course.
So let's please welcome Richard. And last but not least, we have Tom. Tom has been a games designer at Escape Hunt since February 2019. He has developed a number of games, including print-and-play games Treasure of the Aztecs, Day of the Dead, and Robot Rescue, online multiplayer corporate games Five Eyes, and outdoor games Time Cops. Currently, he has 3 very exciting full-size rooms that he's working on, which are Journey to Atlantis, Aladdin and the Vault of Magic, and an untitled Egyptian game. Hopefully we can get that out of him later. We'll see what happens.
That's interesting.
And then Tom started out as an actor. After working on a number of immersive theater shows, he decided to start making his own. He's also a bit of a board game nerd, so combining the two makes perfect sense to him. In 2018, he made his first escape room, and he hasn't looked back since. Glad to have you with us here today, Tom. Please give it up.
Yay!
All right.
Well, that was great.
Well, I try my, I'm trying my best here. Oh, wait. Something's happening.
Wait, what's happening? Oh, well,
I feel like some sort of message coming in.
Okay, you've been having a lot of these premonitions lately. I don't know.
Let me see if we can decrypt that for you. I believe this is a cryptic forward. We'll see how this plays out.
So, Escape Hunt. What's the TV or movie theme? Represented by this.
All right.
Whoa.
So
You want us to answer, really?
we're not gonna let you answer this right now because we are going to answer.
We'll let it marinate.
Yeah, think about it. Put it in your
soak in
memory.
and- yeah.
We're going to have an answer before the show, though.
Yeah, we'll
Like,
try
before
to
the
see what we can do in terms of, I guess, leaving that image up a little bit longer for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so we're gonna start.
Yeah, we're gonna start with Bob, since we played all the games that you've designed. Enola Home Adventure, the Curious Tea Party, the Codebreakers, the Doctor Who. We just recently played the remote version.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are all really like big movies and shows. What has your experience been working with IPs? Do they restrict you from creativity in ways where you can't have full creative control?
So the Dalek Awakens was with the BBC, and Enola Holmes' Adventure was obviously for Netflix, and the experiences were quite different, but both honestly really positive. I really enjoyed designing both games. With the Dalek Awakens, I took over from the previous lead designer, Dean Rogers, who sort of came up with the narrative, and I helped bring it out to production. And I have to say that it's not all my games. I only gave you a mini bio. I actually, there was a great tragedy with the Dalek Awakens, which was that we went into lockdown in the UK the week after it launched. But the BBC, as an amazing IP partner, they were working on a multimedia event called The Time Lord Victorious, and they invited us to collaborate in creating like lockdown content with the wider network of Doctor Who creators, like Big Finish audiobooks and so on. So there's actually an ongoing, like a united storyline between the events of The Hollow Planet, which is a print and play game, and Dalek Awakens, and an audio drama by Big Finish Productions. They're all part of one series. And in that way, working with an IP like Doctor Who is amazing because you have access to a whole canon of work. You can put in things like Easter eggs, which I really enjoy. I really enjoy like putting in loads of references to like old Who. Like Doctor Who is such a classic franchise and really beloved. Like it's a childhood memory, and it's still very like modern now. And still going, like they've got an immersive theatrical production happening in London, which is wild and so cool. And in that sense, it's amazing. The only thing is that obviously, like it can make the process a little bit longer because the number of people who have to sign off is obviously increased. Comparatively, in working with Netflix, they really needed something quite quickly because it had to coincide with the launch of the film on Netflix. And that was also amazing because it meant I got to watch the film ahead of time. That was great.
Wow,
Look at all these perks.
Wouldn't tell us anything about
it's
it.
It's really fun.
No,
Not a thing.
that disclosure form that's 50 pages.
I have a very tidy NDA signed. I will not be telling you anything, Tom Hall.
Even if I could, I probably wouldn't.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of quiet, right? Maybe we set the tone with some mood music because we're getting intimate here. We're learning more about you all. So maybe some light music for us. Okay. This question is also for Bob or Richard. So, we know that you started off as game masters. Like, do you feel like game mastering helped with sparking any of that creativity?
Rich, do you want to take it away on this one? Oh, he might be being a bit. It might be zoning out. He might be, the sound might be going for him a bit. I'll hop in. Yes, 100%. Seeing how games play every day, how people interact with them. It's absolutely priceless. Like it's a real on the ground experience, not just in. Like customer services is super important to us, but also like maintaining the rooms, looking after them, the kind of tech we use. It was basically like very much like a crash course in all of that kind of thing, in a realm which was quite different from the kind of game studies I'd done before.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, my internet's being a little bit temperamental, but being a games master is a great experience. It's really nice to see, like, to really make somebody's day. People come to the venue for things like their birthday or anniversary, and just being able to really make someone's day through giving them the best experience. It's a really fulfilling job. And then that really gives you a lot of input when you're making games on how to make them so you see what people enjoy the most when they're playing games. I feel like it's fed in a lot to the design work we do now.
Right, yeah.
And then this next question is going to be for Tom. We actually played 2 print and play games by ESCAPETHEROOmers, the Level Up and the Curious Tea Party, which unfortunately both were not designed by you. But we wanted to find out a bit about your creativity thoughts behind these print and play games. Can you give us an example of a game you designed and how you come up with the theme puzzles?
Well, the last one I did was the Day of the Dead game. I don't know if you had a chance to look at that. We were trying to think of a way of, it's such a fantastical, brilliant, colorful world. I think someone came up with the idea of doing a Day of the Dead game. We're suddenly like, oh God, well, how can we use that? Because like thematically, it's absolutely, incredible. So yeah, I think for me, always with any game, you start off with a narrative and you work backwards. It's the sort of classic questions of who are you, where are you going, what are you doing, what do you want, all that kind of stuff. And then once you have that, you can start working backwards through the room and through the player's journey, through wherever they are, be that in paper or in an actual real life game, and just working out what they would encounter, what obstacles are in the way, what kind of things they need to, to work on and to get past. And so working on these paper games was actually pretty similar to building, full-size rooms. Obviously, you have totally different materials. I think I now know probably everything you can do with a single piece of paper. Yeah, I mean, fold it, tear it, rip it up, throw it at people. You can do whatever you like with it, frankly. But so
I haven't done a throw at people one.
Wow. Yeah, hang on.
Please give me a puzzle about that. Okay.
Well, there's also rub it, set it on fire, put it in the
Set it on
freezer.
fire, dampen it, hold it up to the light, fold it and hold it. Yeah,
Exactly.
We had a full year to explore the vastness of the vast potential of paper. In some ways, though, it gives you like a real insight into with a bit of imagination, almost anything can become a game.
Yeah.
You can turn almost anything into like a toy, and yeah, which I think is it's really fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm loving all the graphics that comes with these print and plays. Do you guys actually have a team of artists that you hire, or is it like in-house, or do you?
We've got a couple of really good in-house graphic designers who have to take our ideas and make them look really good.
Big shouts to Sam and Phil. Pew, 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 pew. But they are amazing. They play such a big part in the creative process, because they're taking our whatever mad nonsense going is in our heads, and we'll give them concept art and really rough versions, but they'll really make them come to life and find the soul of what we're trying to communicate through puzzles.
Yeah, because recently we just played the Curious Tea Party, and I was like, wow, the characters just came to life. You knew where you're going, location-wise, the garden, and then interacting with the characters. So it kind of feels like, ooh, the movie is in front of our faces.
That is actually an interesting comparison to how Tom designs, because Tom is very narrative first, and from a theatre background, and I've got a more video game studies background. So often what inspires me first is if I'm given a theme that we want to work from, then I go for the feel first, what kind of imagery comes out, and then the kind of puzzles that I think are the fun moments, the key puzzles, the interactions that I want the players to have, and then I start weaving in the narrative a bit later, which is quite a different approach, but whatever works.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we
lost Richard. He'll be back though.
He'll be popping in. He'll be back.
Yeah.
He's got a very busy schedule. He's a cool guy.
Jumping in and out.
And for the audience, if you have any questions, please type it in. We can definitely relay that over to Escape Hunt and get some answers.
Yeah. Also, this is our newest format that we're trying out for the first time. So if there's any tech issues, please don't mind us. We're putting typed in our questions, and also with the video background that we usually add in the edited version in the live version now, just so that. But if you guys, ever say oh, the music is getting too loud or whatever, definitely give us some feedback, because we want to make sure that the live show goes
let us know exactly how you're experiencing it, and we can definitely try to adjust. But yeah, I think somebody, the audience wants to try some of the games, right? I mean,
yeah, for
they're talking about
sure.
it.
And if you want to give any of their print and play games or their digital games, the Codebreakers, a try, type in Decoder is my middle name.
Decoder is my middle name.
It's so hard to come out with these phrases. Huh?
Well, you know,
Yeah, I'm like,
Brandon
Decoder's my
Decoder Child makes it sound, has a
Decoder
nice
is my
ring to it.
favorite name. In the comments below to be entered into the raffle.
Yeah.
And
And
we're probably gonna we actually have some time to do this because we usually draw the raffle 2 episodes after.
later, yeah.
So you'll have it until I think episode 57. Did I do it?
So you got it right this time.
Okay.
57 is when we're gonna pick the
Nice.
winner, the raffle winner for that. Oh, he's back. He made some time for us.
You are back. We were just talking about how busy you are.
Okay. Oh, all right, here we go. So during the pandemic, you were putting print and play games out so fast. Like, were you designing these games individually at home? Like, how do you play test these games?
Well, we all got printers, and we were just sending each other PDFs every day of just.
Yeah,
Like, I think for all of us, like, you know, we all love working collaboratively. So, like, it was a real challenge. Suddenly, it was like, well, everyone go home. You have to go and sit in your box. And so, for all of us, we just we've got a very active WhatsApp group, and there's a lot of emails going around. And there was just a lot of, I've come up with this game. Please, you know, print it at home, try it out. Yeah.
A lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of Google Meets, a lot of virtual testing games out on each of them, and if there's anybody around.
It really was a massive challenge, yeah.
I mean, we'd been used to working in like a sort of office environment where literally you'd take a piece of paper, you'd put an idea down, you'd like hand it over, and you would find out almost immediately whether it was working or not. So yeah, it was quite a bit of whiplash suddenly going into this much more secluded environment. But I think we eventually sort of, we worked out how to make it work.
Right.
Yeah, there was a wonderful period between lockdowns. Britain had a lot of lockdown. There was a wonderful period where we still had our office space, but obviously we're working mostly from home. But on Wednesday afternoons, we would mission into the office and sit very nice and far apart, with like play test the game so that we could have the interaction of what kind of pace do they go at when other people are playing. But largely, it honestly was like pulling in every favor from every friend who'd ever been like, wow, it's cool that you're a game designer, and it was like, haha, you think that, now play my paper game 400 times, thank you.
Yeah, my boyfriend got a lot of my partner was working next door for most of it, and so it just kept coming in like, I'm really sorry, babe, but you've got to have another crack at this. It's just, you got to do it.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I think you probably have to start barbing them with pizza at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you got wine out of it. It's fine. No.
I'm pretty sure I bribed someone with a cactus to play one of my games.
I mean, we already kind of asked the next question. I mean, they answered it for us, but we were talking about like how you guys were. You normally when you're working, do you have like this huge whiteboard or something in the office, and everybody just like pastes like Post-its on there or something?
We've got a whiteboard. We also had spaces on the walls which were just covered in things in like blue tack and stuff. We had
magnet.
We had like this big central desk which we all kind of sat around, which was just ended up just piled up with lots of little things. Of course, that is now in my flat. I now have like 6 flight cases in my flat full of prototyped outdoor games. So I've got a lot of plastic. If anyone wants some plastic, you're welcome to have it.
Yeah, like we had these adorable like little cubbies and stuff for us to store like the prototype bits and pieces in. Like we'd obviously have bits of tech around and whatnot. And we all sat around this great big studio type desk to work collaboratively, which in hindsight at the beginning of the pandemic may have contributed to the problem, because we all got ill. But but the great thing was that we got to take a bunch of that stuff home, so we can still prototype here at home or in our different homes. The downside is that things like cameras and stuff, if we only have one of them, then we have to do a lot of posting.
Right.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
So Richard, tell us about these outdoor games you've been developing, though, because finally we're going out about at semi 50% of the people can go out and about. What are they, and how do people actually join the action? Oh no! Whenever I want to give him a moment to shine.
He's
Poor
such an
Rick.
enigma.
I guess he wants us to figure this one out ourselves.
It's
I guess-
true. We've been designing too many spy games, man.
So just on that sort of theme, I've been working on an outdoor game called Time
Great.
Cops, which is based on the sort of low quiz platform that we've been using. And what's really fantastic about it is that it means we can make our own games, but we can also really make them specific to the location they're in. So, for example, I've been up in Norwich today because we're just about to release this new game, Time Cops, taking out GMs on like a playtest and to do some training. And it's great because we can just bring them all the way around the city. We've got puzzles based on kind of local landmarks and, you know, searching the area. And so it actually gives you an opportunity to like sort of, you know, get involved in your local area and see stuff. I had one of the guys on the team was a Norwich native, and he kept saying, never been here. so even like, I think it gives people like an opportunity to, you know, really explore the city and town that we're in, which is
We've heard this before. A lot of
That's
people
like us in New York, and I'm like, I actually didn't know that. Like the other side of the Statue of Liberty existed. Thank you for
another
taking a
side.
picture of it and showing it to me.
Yeah, there's been times where like, when did they put this up? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, you really need to be a tourist in order to like know your own home.
Right. All right.
Awesome.
Well, Tom, like you also design multiplayer corporate games that
Yes.
could be played online. Can you tell us about those and what platform do you guys use for those games and how many players can join in at once?
So the game that I developed was Five Eyes. This is also it's a mixture of, we have a website for it, and we also, so it's a mixture of website and this low quiz platform that we've been using. This game is almost, how many players, how many have you got? You can kind of keep going basically and have them all playing at the same time. And part of the reason, you know, obviously during the pandemic, everyone was at home and we wanted these to build these corporate experiences where, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of people could play at the same time. And so Five Eyes, we came up with the idea of Five Eyes for that. And so, yeah, so it's, you can put a lot of people in at once. And the way that it's sort of been designed, I think we've done a couple of these sort of corporate games just to sort of have a look around, see what people were doing. And what we found is that a lot of the time people were in those, you know, on the Zoom lens and they were just on a piece of paper kind of on their own. And so we kind of made a sort of special effort to make puzzles which actually forced people to engage with each other over these kind of Zoom calls, to actually look up and look down the camera. And so we've got a lot of really fun sort of signaling puzzles where, you know, one person has a certain amount of information, another person has another part of the information. They've got to work together to kind of, you know, get these puzzles working, funny balances.
Oh, so
wow.
you can actually, I mean, that's the fun part about the kind of cooperative games, because everybody has something to do. You don't really want like one person to be like, oh, I'm solving all the puzzles. Like, kind of, so that's great that, you know, these games can work that way. Is it point and click types?
Sorry, what's that?
Is it like a point and click type of game?
No, it's more of a, so the idea behind Five Eyes is you are competing to join the world's most auspicious spy agency. So basically you start off doing this kind of team entrance exam, and then things develop from there. So you start off with like a battery of kind of questions which are designed to probe various aspects of your intellect, and then the game starts to widen out. You get different kinds of puzzles that you can do.
I see the Escape Hunt team is really into spies.
Yeah, I think spies. Well,
spy themed games.
Yeah,
no reason. No reason at all.
Are you saying something about our spy habits?
I think we caught Richard, and we
It's why he keeps disappearing.
Yeah, we caught on to him, and he's like,
You know what it is? He's time traveling. That's what it is.
or he's a spy himself.
We do like a time travel game as well.
Oh my goodness. So I'm sure like all of you have participated in designing in-person escape rooms versus these online and outdoor ventures.
Mm-hmm.
What do you find different in designing these versus the in-person ones?
I had a really weird moment returning to designing escape rooms after designing, like, as you said, like a really rapid turnaround on like text-based and print and play games. And it was like my brain had reset to outcomes of puzzles instead of being like a physical thing happening, like a box opening or a number coming out, or like all that kept coming into my head was puzzles that would resolve to passwords, which is a mechanic that we use a lot in our print and play games and online games. So that is one of the big things, I guess. You rely a lot on wordplay, and obviously the many things you can do with a sheet of paper. But designing escape rooms, obviously, like there's a lot more dimension. There are 3 dimensions. It's almost like, you know, going back to it, it was like, oh, so much room for activities here in the 3-dimensional space.
Right.
I have so much control over the environment. You know, I can put someone in a room. Never appreciated being able to lock someone in a room before, making them play the game. It's perfect. So there are a lot of differences, and you know, apart from anything else, the process of designing an escape room just does take a lot longer because there are so many moving parts, and obviously we work with our amazing graphic design team and our production teams and so on. And it's a much bigger, wilder animal.
I feel like the safety definitely is one thing, right? Because in these online ones, you're like, yeah, I don't really care if you get electrocuted, and you know, or like things you can do with whatever paper.
Yeah, now anything goes, right?
Yeah, if someone's getting the paper cut on their own time, that's their business.
I was going to say.
There was no disclaimer on paper cuts.
That's the most dangerous aspect of it.
Okay, that needs to be added, I feel like. Oh my God. Tom, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I think after a year of doing sort of paper games, just to echo what Bob said, it's kind of mind-blowing to go into a space and be able to sort of move about. I think there's obvious advantages with building lavish kind of sets, in that you get a lot of immersion for free, you know, and I think that's one of the joys of like escape rooms is being able to transport people to kind of like another space and like take them out of their own kind of reality for like an hour. And that is far easier to do with, you know, brick and mortar or wood and plastic as the case may be.
MDF prayers and really good sound effects.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, you know, we did, like, for example, like we, you know, in some of our games, we do have like a kind of soundtrack in the background, but you can't ensure that someone has got that on blaring all the time. Whereas I think, you know, when you build an escape room, someone comes into your room and, you know, for want of a better description, you kind of own them for an hour.
Yeah.
So you can kind of you can throw what you want at them. Yeah. So you give them a much fuller experience.
Right, because in your digital ones, you have an optional like soundtrack. It's like, oh, if you really don't want to hear it, you can like mute it. But like, if you're in my escape room, it's my rules. You gotta hear what I want you to hear.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
control for sure.
This question is actually for the both of you. You can give your own opinion on it. Like, out of all the games you've designed, like, which is your favorite type of game to design and why? And if you have a favorite game you designed, can you name that for us?
Okay.
Richard came in. Let me just reiterate the question. Hey, Richard, I'm going to ask the question one more time.
Because we got to get him this time.
Yeah, we got to get an answer from Richard.
He's going first.
Bring that man down.
So we were just asking, out of all the games that you've designed,
oh no,
you might be in deep thought right now.
Darn it. All right, one of you guys go first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's giving us time to think, because I love a lot of the games we design in different ways, I have to say.
Okay.
Or if Tom has one, he can.
I mean, I kind of, the first one that comes to mind, it hasn't even been built yet, which is obviously Journey to Atlantis, which, you know, I've seen some of the set and it just looks amazing. It's going to be built like out of steel and it's all kind of like weathered and it just looks really great. So we've got a kind of a Jules Verne Nautilus submarine out of steel. Got a window at the front where you've got the sea. You can see the sea. It's just, so I'm like intensely, I haven't seen it yet, but I am intensely excited about it. definitely that personality type that is always excited about the next thing, not what's just kind of happened. So for that is definitely the next thing on my radar.
So I'm assuming Inperson is the ones you love the best to design.
Oh yeah, I think 100%. I mean, I think the paper games are fun. They're definitely fun. They're a nice way to sort of spend an afternoon. They're a really good way of socializing with friends and family, I think, which is obviously really great. And me and my partner, we played quite a few of them during the lockdown, and it was great. But obviously I come from a sort of theatrical background, and for me, there's no like comparison to be able to go into a room and be a pirate, or go into a room and be on a spaceship somewhere and have a Dalek shout nonsense at you. That kind of thing is like, that's
right. It's like being on a movie set again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we played a good amount of Submarine Games. That I think I want to do a compilation of all the Submarine in-person escape rooms that we've done, just to show the different types of set designs,
Yeah,
and how it looks when walking in. Yeah.
When you have submarines, they all come out at the same time. I think the Escape game just came out with a new one.
Yeah, Escape Game has a Submarine game that just came out as well. We recently played one in at the Bates Motel, which was huge.
Oh yeah, that's
Huge
a big
Submarine
one.
game.
And then Budapest had one, which is really
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. Not as many as Pirates games, so don't worry.
No,
it's not like that popular yet.
Oh no, I mean it's definitely a popular genre. I think I have not yet played a submarine game, but I know there are some out there. But hopefully we're bringing something slightly different, and something like hopefully is a bit of an evolution on Submarine Games. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, we do intentionally go for like quite genre pieces, like genre games, because our audience is a lot of like families and a lot more like casual players. We really want people to be able to like recognize the theme. Like as soon as they see the poster, it should be like, pirates. I'm gonna go be a pirate for an hour. Or I'm gonna go wear a cowboy hat and be a cowboy, etc. So it really is like an hour of like fantasy where you're like, that is a world I want to step into.
Yeah.
Right, because you don't want to confuse them. You're like, I don't want to wear like a pirate's hat and then go into a cowboy world.
Or into a Mayan tomb.
Yeah.
I definitely, I would absolutely agree with that. I think you kind of like you give people like a shorthand. If it's cowboys, pirates, whatever, it's like it's an easy way for them to kind of get into the world. And like I think a couple of my early games that I did before Escape Hunt, you'd have people turn up and you're like, so wait, I'm pillaging a Russian spaceship in the future. No, I'm telling you, it's a great idea. It's a great, I don't.
It makes perfect sense.
Why is there's a Russian computer shouting at me, we're after uranium, what's going on in here?
It could be different alternate universes fusing into one, just from different time periods.
Yeah. Whereas I mean, if you step into, for example, our escape room, Alice in Puzzle Land, not only is the name very like Alice in Wonderland, but also the second you step into that room, it's like, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like, it's very clear, like there's a tea party, there's beautiful, like there's all kinds of beautiful, it's charming as heck. You're in Wonderland the second you get in there. It's great.
Yeah.
We gotta give Richard one question.
Richard, are you there?
I'm back. Sorry, my partner's very kindly lent me their phone, so should be perfectly fine from now on.
No wonder. He's like super clear now.
Well, let's not hold them up any longer. We have a question. We want to know, like, what type of game is your choice? Like, it's a build.
Designing,
like in terms of your favorites.
Online.
I think I love designing the outdoor games. The outdoor games are a particular favorite of mine because you really get to see different parts, different cities. And a big part of making the outdoor games is that you see, you try and find little gems hidden in the city that you just wouldn't normally see when you're walking around. Like you see statues and a facade of a building or something hidden in the pavement that you normally just walk past on your commute, and getting the chance to go around a city that you think you know really well and discover it all over again. I think that's really good. Really fun, and being the person who designs that, I get to spend a bit of time going out and seeing all these places and coming up with all these strange ways to make the environment a puzzle, basically turning the world itself into a game. So I'd say outdoor. I'd say the outdoor games.
Any in particular, like the name of the games or one that stood out for you that you like?
I really liked. So we've got 2 outdoor games at the minute in the UK. So we've got Operation Mindful, which is our kind of spy mission. You have to there's a virus in the water system, mind controlling virus, and you have to kind of come up with the antidote and take down this evil corporation. And then we've got Magic Portal, which is a bit more of a family oriented game, but I think it's probably personally my favorite. There's these portals that have opened up all over your city, and goblins and creatures are all pouring through, and you've got to go on a quest to find crystals to close the portals and basically save the world. It sounds not as serious as the Operation Mindful one, but it's barrels of fun. You have a load of fun with that one.
We saw something similar to that from the AR game in Eric's conference last time, and I feel like it's similar to that game that he's on.
Yeah, there was like a goblin sitting right on the table next to me when I was.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
cool.
So there are variations of Operation Mindful and Magic Portal around, but we make an extra effort to try and personalize and localize the games. So we've changed tons inside of it to kind of make it a little bit more personal to each city, wherever city you're in, really.
Are these goblins like at your local Starbucks? Like you just walk in there? Because I heard that they were implementing a lot of the AR tech into like a couple of Starbucks.
Only if they're giving free coffee, I would go.
Yeah.
Only for free coffee.
Yeah.
So we have some partnerships in some of our sites. Depending on what city you're in, you might find yourself in a quirky coffee shop, or in some of them even a pub. Depending on what city you find yourself, maybe in a different place, and you'll have secret little missions. You might have to kind of embarrass yourself a little bit and go up and ask for a secret latte that doesn't really exist. So doing that kind of stuff is fun. But a lot of the AR works. We've had these little hollow pads, so you might not be able to see it so well. But we have different variations of this. So you get your iPad, you scan this, so it basically opens up a portal wherever you are in the city. A lot of the Magic Portal ones, since it's goblins and fairy tale, you find yourself like in the middle of a park or in a woodland, and all of a sudden by this tree you have a goblin.
Oh.
We have that in New York too. So we got to try that soon too. If the things are getting better out there, definitely need to go find some goblins.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob, I think your team will probably mostly depend on you today for this segment, because you designed all these games that we played, because we could only ask you questions on the ones we played today. So here is our segment of
Eat or drink.
Take a drink.
And today's questions were handpicked from A Curiosity Party, the Codebreakers, and Doctor Who. Good luck.
So good.
So yeah, we'll
Don't
ask
really
the
make me
question.
work for that know-it-all award, aren't you?
Exactly.
He's gonna coast through this. It'll be fine.
So what did each of you have to drink in front of you?
Do you know what? Do I have time to run out and get more? Because I was a little thirsty.
Sorry, what did you have to drink in front of you before?
I had a really lovely Chardonnay. It's very nice, but
It's gone now.
hang on. Give me 2 seconds.
All right, we'll bring it over to Bob. What do you have?
I have a bottle of non-specific lager beer.
Oh, mystery lager. That's always good.
I tell you.
Richard, what do you have in front of you?
I have a glass of rosé.
Oh, what brand of rosé? I love rosé.
I like really sweet and like fruity ones. I think this one's Blossom Hill, but I just find whatever's got a good discount, really. As long as it's super sweet, that makes my day.
Right.
You found another.
Blossom Hill.
You found another partner that likes pink drinks. Good job. Good job.
And Tom, what are you reloading with?
This is a Masson Village. It's a Chardonnay from Marks and Spencer. It's just white wine,
I
really.
thought when he added like that Frenchy.
I know.
I was like, ooh.
Excuse
fancy.
me.
Yeah, I'm sort of pimping a very ordinary wine. I mean, it is nice, but it is just wine.
I think I'm going to join everyone. Well, except Bob. I'm going to join
He's gonna have whole
jump
bottle.
on a bandwagon with wine as well. This is Cupcake. It's actually Cupcake Vineyards, but this is the Black Forest Decadent Red. I've never seen this red one before, so I had to pick it up because I think Cupcake usually started with the white wine. So let's see how this tastes.
Yeah,
So
as
the
long
way
as it tastes
Very
like
nice.
cupcake, I don't really care.
The way that we play is we're going to ask you questions. If you get it right, or the audience can help you as well. If you get it right, I will take a drink of the Cupcake red wine. If you get it wrong, each one of you will be drinking 10 sips. No, I'm just kidding. Just one sip of whatever you have in front of you.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that Escape Hunt doesn't really have any rules in terms of employees drinking after hours, and that everyone's on board with this.
It's actually 9 a.m. where we are, so this is great.
Nice.
We barely have rules about employees drinking during the day. No, I'm kidding. We're very
The advantage to this is that you have 3 people, so you can come up with 3 different answers. So in case one person gets right, at least that person had it for the team.
Yeah, you can all agree. I mean, if you're supportive of your team member and you agree it's the same one, then go with it. If not, if you have a different answer, one of you is going to drink or none.
I mean, they're looking like they're really happy about just putting the effort onto me, but like they had to test play these games 100 times. They're more likely to remember the actual answers than I am.
That I agree. I think it's a mutual effort there. We have to...
I'm pretty brutal with these questions, so good luck.
All right. So you have 10 seconds after CC asks the first question.
So here's our first question. In Doctor Who, what year was the crystalline composition from? Everyone's face froze. Are we still there?
Do we lose you?
2,250.
Okay.
I'm going to
BC or AD?
AD. This is
Okay.
actually, I believe the game you're talking about is actually Doctor Who Worlds Collide. An earlier Doctor Who escape room, which we made, we actually have 2. We have Worlds Collide and A Dalek Awakens. I didn't actually design Worlds Collide, but I did games master it a lot. And I think the crystalline thing was one of the things. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't. That was the spaceship. The crystalline core was from the sword. It's from like 1250 AD.
Okay. We are talking about Worlds Collide. So, Tom, Richard, do you care to?
Well, I'm really confused. I was just going to knock a couple of years off what Bob said, and now I just don't really know.
Who you are?
There's a gap of like 1,000 years now.
2048. It sounds like a good year, right? So
2048 also AD?
Hopefully.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
well, you're saying that like
I'm
it's
actually looking forward
easy.
to 2048 in the future.
Richard?
But I'm having a drink. I've resigned myself to that. It's fine.
Rich, do you remember?
I do not know. I'm gonna be confident with Bob's guess. I'm gonna put some faith in that.
You either one, if you were confident in either one of them, it wouldn't make sense anyways because you're all drinking. This is 2300 BC.
It was even
God damn it.
BC too. I was like, I can't even give you that approximate.
Yeah, 2002. Oh, I was so close, but in
Taking a hint.
5,000 years the wrong direction.
Remember, the audience can help because I know some of them have played some of these games. So definitely type it in.
Yeah, nerds in the chat box.
Or just
Help us
don't
out.
let them drink.
All right, our second question is, in a Curious Tea Party, there's a card on Warris's page. What number in suit is it?
On whose page, sorry?
Warris. There is a Warris.
I want to say 3 of clubs.
And Richard,
7 of spades.
Tom,
I'm just trying to download it. I'm kidding.
I love the brutal honesty.
I wasn't cheating at all.
He's like, my internet's too slow. Still downloading.
I mean, you have 50 other cards to choose from. I mean,
All right. What have we already had?
I believe
3 of clubs.
Bob said 3 of
7
clubs,
of
and then
diamonds?
Richard said son of spades.
Spade?
7 of spades, yeah.
7
Okay.
space.
I mean, King of Hearts. Why not?
All right.
You guys remember how that puzzle works? The numbers don't go up past like 5.
And Bob is correct. The
You should have trusted Bob in this one.
Yeah.
Not after the last one. He's like, I'm not trusting
We
you
got a
anymore.
victory. All right.
Right. In the same game.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I need to drink because Bob got it right.
Yes,
Yep.
you do. Is it good?
I've just
Smooth.
noticed a friend of mine is in the audience, so I just want to wave hello at Alan.
Hello, friend.
Oh, okay. Is it Alan? Help me with the answers?
Probably not.
Yeah, Alan, feed me some things.
Nice. All right. So in the same game, Curious Tea Party, how many flags were on top of the royal castle?
I'm going to need more wine.
5? 3. 3. It was 3. Definitely 3.
Bob is going with 3.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Tom.
3?
Yes.
Richard's also.
I'm not sure. I think maybe 4.
Okay, Tom.
4.
I'm going to say 5.
All right. Bob is
One of us
correct
is correct.
again.
Wow.
Hey.
You don't trust the teammates. And cheers. Nice.
I'm
trust
on a
was
roll.
broken.
Yeah.
I mean, they did design this game.
But they played it. So
Clearly weren't paying that much attention.
Play this more. You need to play this again.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. We do have an answer. I think they're a little late. James Davies came through with 2300 BC.
James Davies, if you're in the audience, please feed us answers on Doctor Who. I know you know all the answers about Doctor Who, buddy. He does. He's a big fan.
Definitely.
Aw, nice. Well,
We're on question 4
these are
now.
questions about the Codebreakers now.
Yeah, we're
so
switching
hopefully-
gears.
Oh
hopefully
no.
there's some fans there too. So, Mr. Welchman had an intro video with a few glitches in them. We later found out there's no puzzles involved, so this is not going to be a spoiler, but thought maybe there's an Easter egg. So we wanted to ask you now, what letter and number are on that film strip during those flashes?
L and R?
These are so tough because I had to go back and watch it a few times myself.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You probably should all just drink.
Yeah.
This question is brutal. This is a
breaking
brutal
question.
question.
That's what I made it for.
I mean, you can guess.
Zed.
We'll give you a hint. It's 6 numbers and letters.
Oh, wow.
The first one is
Oh.
a letter.
The first one's a letter.
5 after that is numbers.
Yeah. Well,
You mean
yeah.
there's like
It's like
20 million
guessing
possible
someone's
combinations?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, one of our graphic designers actually edited that film as well to add in those glitches. So we didn't even put those in. So there's no chance.
We should make them drink.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, that's V11910.
Oh, it was so obvious.
That's so
Is
close.
that an Easter egg?
No.
Yeah, I was
sorry.
just about to say that.
Okay, I was hoping, is there something that we should know?
Tom's just teasing you.
That's actually my middle name. Strange family. That's right.
That is why. Nice.
All right.
All right. So, do we all drink to that? Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Going on to the next question
The
in the
final
same,
question,
yes,
yeah.
in the same game. How tall is Charlotte Weiss?
5'2", so 148 centimeters.
It is in
We'll
feet.
do feet in inches. So you said 5'2".
It was-
Mhm.
All right, Tom.
I think it's 5'2".
Such a cool way to repeat a question answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. 5'2".
Wow.
Well, this is the first time that you're all drinking together. You're all wrong.
Never trust me.
5'10". She's that's a tall.
It's close.
Yeah.
She's a
that's
cool
close.
old lady.
You had 5 feet right.
Like German.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? I'll drink with you. You had 5 feet right. The inches was right.
Yeah. I thought you meant kneeling down.
Oh, see,
see,
we didn't
Squatting a little bit.
Yeah.
So our fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wait. I'm getting some more We're
What?
getting some more info.
Oh, that cryptic message.
Yeah,
is
we
coming
recently
through
just
again.
discovered that the cryptic forward message was from Extraordinary Investigations.
Mhm.
So that's where it came from. And we're going to give you one more time to try to decrypt.
Yeah, but before we play the video again, can you remember what they are, the answers, before if we don't show you the video?
I
That's,
So wrong.
that's just wrong. He's going to run out of wine.
Can
I
you
think
name one
one
of
of
them?
them.
Go for it.
I think it's the Avengers rendered in Lego.
I mean, that's what I saw, the Avengers.
Eh?
Yeah.
I've written it down. I'm not just copying Bob again. I need to know I have a mind of
What
my
you
own.
really have to justify it.
All right. We're going to give you one more chance to take a look at it, but I believe you're on the right track.
Yes.
So
But this time, pay attention.
here we are.
So, escape hunt. What's the TV or movie theme represented by this?
You did get one.
You all have
What
the
was the other
same
one?
expression on your face. It's,
Maybe the audience can help this one.
yeah, audience definitely help. Okay, so we have. Oh, Mark was really specific. So
Yeah.
Avengers
He's like-
5: Secret Wars.
How do you know that they're different?
I
Maybe the costume changed.
I don't know. I mean, all right. First, let's separate this. Do you know what the
Oh, because there
other
were five
group
then.
is from? Because
I thought the other one might have been Star Wars. So maybe it's the movie theme of like sci-fi.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we're looking for the character's name.
Let's put that up so that at least they can see the picture.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
We can do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had so many points already.
We'll yeah.
Pause that. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, I mean, that's you've got
So from left to right,
Go for it.
can you?
Chewbacca, Han Solo, Leia, Luke, and then obviously C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yay!
And
And
All
then
right,
Avengers time?
we got Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, and I think Hawkeye, or
Or it
possibly
could be
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I don't know. They're just wearing black. I can't.
No, it's
I can't
got
see them. They've
boobs.
curves
It's
and
Black
furs.
Widow.
There we go. It's Black Widow.
Please give it up. You guys solved Cryptic Forward. That is amazing.
I thought those were
Should we have a drink? Is that the?
Well, I'm having a drink. You can have a drink with me too. It's up to you, but that was amazing.
Yay. And I know that you guys might have a cryptic message that you want to leave for the featured guest. So
I believe Bob is going to be leaving that. Can you please address this to Got a Quest? They are our next guest.
All right, got a quest. We have
Oh wait,
got.
sorry. One more time. I'm gonna give you the spotlight.
ooh.
Ooh.
Right, here we go.
All right, got a quest. We have got a quest for you. Repeat after me.
Nice.
And I mean, you know, you guys watching it can't see, you just think I'm being a nutter, but they promised that they would put like a cool background in next week so I wouldn't look like a total weirdo and there would be a puzzle there.
I actually like this. I was vibing with that.
Yeah. You're probably like, "Spirit fingers?"
Well, thank
Oh,
you
my
so much for
goodness.
playing Think and Drink with us and for playing Cryptic Forward.
Yeah, and for coming on to the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And for the latecomers who will repeat the phrase to type into the raffle for them to either win a printing gameplay or the digital game, the Codebreakers. So you can type in Decoder is my middle name. Put that back on there again
Mhm.
in the comment section. Make sure to find those hidden letters and numbers in our episode 50 to 69 and send us your answers to have a chance to win Mobile Escape's 12 episode bundle or gift card of equal value. We'll announce the winner on episode 70. So if you're watching this episode on YouTube or IGTV, you can still type in the phrase before episode 57 airs on June 25th. Our next Friday, our guest, we have already said that, is the creator of Got a Quest. She has a Kickstarter coming out soon, and the game is called Nagus School of Magic. Amazing team adventure for kids. Be sure to tune in as the game will be truly magical with AR, 3D printing, animations, and more. So we'll see you next Friday on June 18th at 4 p.m. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Stay
you,
safe.
everyone.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.